Israel Gaza Iran War News Live Update. Israel Army says it rescued 4 hostages in Gaza. Palestinian territories/Jerusalem. The Israeli military claimed Saturday it rescued 4 Israeli hostages from Gaza after a complex midday operation. The military stated that Hamas kidnapped Noah Argamani, 25, Elmig Meir Jan, 21, Andrei Kozlov, 27, and Shlomi Ziv, 40, at the Nova Music Festival on October 7, adding that they were in good medical condition. In a rare statement on Saturday, the Israeli military said it was targeting militant facilities in Nuseirat. Gaza's health ministry reported scores of injuries. Israeli military activities rarely involve public disclosure. Israeli bombardment of Gaza continued Saturday as a war cabinet minister threatened to resign under rising pressure over the military incursion. Witnesses and AFP journalists observed strikes shaking the Gaza Strip, mostly in central neighborhoods. Despite Israel's jets' Thursday raid on a UN-run school that killed 37 people, the onslaught continued. The Israeli military said it killed 17 terrorists in the Nuseirat refugee camp by targeting a Hamas base. After taking over Gaza in 2007, Hamas accused the army of spreading false information. 3 people Israel identified as dead were alive, according to the group. The school's operator, UNRWA, denounced Israel for bombing a building believed to house 6,000 Palestinian refugees. The agency posted on X that the school-turned-shelter was hit without prior warning. Targeting or utilizing UN facilities for military purposes cannot become common. This must end and those involved held accountable, it stated. Israel accuses Hamas and its Gaza supporters of utilizing civilian infrastructure, including UN-run buildings, as operational hubs. Hamas denies this. Gaza's health ministry reports 1 in 20 deaths or injuries from the 9-month war. Refugees make up most of Gaza's 2.4 million. After a strike, AFP footage showed workers rescuing what they could from a damaged Gaza City building and transporting a veiled body in a debris-strewn lane. After hearing a drone fire a missile, an F-16 fighter plane fired another, said neighboring resident Mar El-Mugher. We discovered women and children broken. What did women and children do wrong? They are vulnerable civilians, he told AFP TV. Gaza Rescue Services reported 5 deaths and 7 injuries Saturday after an Israeli warplane targeted the Mana family's home in Sheikh Radwan. Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital medics reported 6 deaths and several injuries in an Israeli missile bombardment on the Burej refugee camp in central Gaza, where witnesses reported gunfights. The Israeli army stated it hit dozens of terrorist groups and infrastructures in Deir al-Balah and Burej yesterday. Rafah troops were also operating. According to an AFP assessment based on Israeli official estimates, Hamas's October 7 attack killed 1,194 people, largely civilians, starting the war. Hamas and other Palestinian armed organizations grabbed 251 captives, 120 of whom remain in Gaza, and 41 the army claims are dead. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry reports 36,731 civilian deaths from Israel's retaliatory military offensive. Benjamin Netanyahu, who will address Congress next month, under pressure from his right-wing cabinet. Benny Gantz's War Cabinet Office said a Saturday news conference, the deadline he gave Netanyahu last month to finalize a Gaza post-war plan. Israeli media believed that centrist former military leader Gantz, one of Netanyahu's key adversaries before joining the war cabinet, might pull through on a resignation threat. This is unlikely to influence Netanyahu's cabinet, which is a coalition of his right-wing Likud and far-right and ultra-Orthodox Jewish groups. A week after U.S. President Joe Biden provided a new path, attempts to mediate the first truce since November appear to have stagnated. While exchanging hostages for Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails,